The other part is because they help preserve the meat in this case, or the vegetables. But yeah, to preserve. There you go. Zoyton, he's the only sort of Indian guy that is qualified to talk about this. So, good times. So, that's what I'm saying, yellow. And then but you get it in nature as well, like tomatoes. So you're eating MSG all the time. I'm not sure, Boomshine. So if in the mall, I think last time you can get it on eBay or wherever, but like in any Asian grocer they will have this. So in the mall next to Woolworths, on the left there's a place called Angkor Wat. So it's like a Cambodian sort of Thai. Obviously the name is Cambodian, but any Asian grocer will have it. What? I suppose not. Exactly. It's the capital that asks all the questions. Alright, let's give that a blast. The monosodium glutamate. Got to say, Cambodia is not high on my list of places to go. Do we have anyone here who's been to Cambodia? Has anyone had a holiday in Cambodia? Dingbottom is not here to appreciate my Dead Kennedys reference, but I stand by it. Yellowbag says not been to Cambodia. In Indonesia, they started to say MSG is bad for you. The company's just changed it to... It is about marketing, really. And that's what I was saying about the permeate. It's like you just say words. Marketing is just saying words. Mickey has not been to Cambodia. Where have you been, Mickey? I was looking at spending some Qantas points, and there looked like there was a good deal. I actually haven't been anywhere in Southeast Asia. Shelley's been to Malaysia. I would like to go to Singapore. Mickey's been out in his backyard, and then he came back and he was really tired and he had to take a week off to recover. Singapore. That's what I've heard, Yellow. It's a big backyard full of all your favorite I don't know. Awesome. Japan's pretty damn high. I did talk to Boomshine and Hasjaz and we're like, Shelley's been to Japan briefly. She was there for 4 nights, I think, for business. But yeah, Japan's high on the list. Like, I'm not sure if Shelley's particularly keen to hit up anywhere else in Southeast Asia. I'd do it. But yeah, in terms of priorities, it's like, Japan. Yeah. Hey, let's set up some guided tours of Mickey's backyard. Okay. I'll see that bloody place. I noticed, I don't know if it's new, but the way that you guys had set up your camera you'd set up a mask or something like that. So you had like a wedge, you had the top with with Mickey, and then you had the middle third was the dal, and then the bottom third was yellow doing the dough, like sort of angled. I thought that was good. That was fresh. That was a good way to present cooking content, I thought. Yeah, the 3-shot, yeah. Bags has been to Thailand. That needs more MSG. Malaysia to visit family, and then Singapore for a holiday. Yeah, I mask is one thing I was sort of toying with the idea. So the transition between here, I just do a straight cut, right? And so I was thinking about doing like a whoosh, like an A and B kind of, but I think it'd get a little bit sort of tired when I'm jumping back and forward that quickly. I guess I could set up 2 different transitions. He did. It's almost like he studied this thing. The old video production. Hong Kong was the other thing on my list. Okay, so more MSG. That's like another half a tablespoon. I would like to go to Hong Kong. Pretty expensive, actually. At least to stay in a European style place. Oh, hello, Sooty. Here, come along and say hi. Say hi to the internet. What have you been doing today? Have you just been eating food, Sooty? Carl was here, but then Whitey bashed him up. And then I had to run out the front in my pajamas and my socks on the gravel on the driveway to break it up. And I was not impressed. I've never been anywhere in Europe either. I've only been to America and Japan. Japan. New Zealand. That's what I was trying to say. That was kind of the decision. It was like, I bought this house instead of traveling, I guess. Like partly. So yeah, well, it doesn't look like you'll be seeing Carl anytime soon. He was out the front. I haven't seen her being that aggressive. There is literally like ginger fur across the driveway. I had to go out there, and he was so scared. And and then I brought Whitey back in, and then he was like trying to work out whether or not he was allowed to come in. It was the saddest thing. It's like, fuck, man, stop doing it. Just leave him alone. Thank you, Wolfie. Smashing. What a butt smasher. Yeah, I think yellow, because like, yeah, we stopped through Hawaii. I can say, oh yeah, I've been to Hawaii, but not really. I've been to Honolulu Airport. Which is where they lost all their baggage. Travel in light. That's my policy. Okay, this is looking promising. Zoidenberger did warn us, and we all joked about it. We're like, ha ha ha, that will never happen. 2 days later, arrive in Australia, it's like, just no baggage. there is all of your baggage is not here, and we don't know where it is. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat off actually at this stage. It tastes really good. We did get it back about 48 hours later. Like, don't know where the hell, just no idea where it was or like how it got here. But 2 days later, it showed up in some just like private car, and they just drove it in and they dropped it off, and they were very apologetic. So we, obviously, like we still had our carry-on and stuff like that. There was nothing that we really needed in the bags, but. Yeah, so about 48 hours, and they worked it out and got it to us. No, Sooty, you go outside. I have had that happen domestically in the past as well. So Revelations, who's not in here, but you would have seen him on the Christmas streams, along with Zoidenberger. He did a Euro trip late last year, and their luggage got lost. Did they get into Germany or into Switzerland? And all of his stuff was gone. Like, gone. And so he had to buy everything again. And so all he had was shopping bags of things, just like a duplicate wardrobe, basically. They gave him they gave him a couple of $100 a day, as compensation to do it. But yeah, he was just walking around with shopping bags full of clothes and stuff like that. And then they found the stuff and got it to him, and so he had like double the baggage. Oh, Yellow, you should talk to Shelley. You can probably trade notes on the excessive skincare. He did get free clothes, but then he had to carry 2 wardrobes with him around Europe for the rest of the trip. Yeah, I ordered some de-frizz spray just randomly on eBay, on Amazon, and she was like, "Oh, why didn't you consult with me? I can tell you what." And I was like, "Oh man, I just need it to stop getting in my eyes. It's too complicated, man. No." He did take his cashmere with him, yes. Probably bought more while he was over there. Combined, it was a... Even Robbie will admit that was a silly purchase. All right. Let's talk. What are we talking? Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised. So, I got a... Hang on, I'll get it for you. When we were in San Francisco, I went and we bought... Because I don't... If you hadn't noticed already, I don't really dress up. I'm not known for wearing designer clothes. Hang on, I'll zip it up. But then I saw this when we were in San Francisco, and I'm like, man, that's funny. I like that. That's Buzzmoo style. But it was a Ralph Lauren. And this is America, right? And so, hang on. So it's a polo. Is that clear? Like a hoodie, a zip-up hoodie. And it, I have to say, is one of the nicest bits of clothing I've ever worn. And so this season, I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy some more Ralph Lauren stuff. And then I went and had a look on the site. And I thought, no, I'm not paying $700 for a pair of shoes. I will just stick with this. Oh. But yeah, it's a nice top. You know, $1,200 for a jumper. Eh. It's not for me. Too many things. Oh God. But there is a difference between Target and Ralph Lauren, I'm willing to admit. I'm just not sure it's $1,000 worth of difference. Yeah, exactly. It is nice though. Yeah, for sure. What am I wearing right now? What's Buzzmoo's fashion label? Oh, I have no idea. What about my pants? Puma. This very dirty apron is actually a premium apron. Has Jazz bought it for me? Wolfie's wearing Lonsdale. He's gonna go and pretend to work out at the gym. I think that's what you do when you wear Lonsdale. Zoidenberg is wearing cotton on. He's gotten his fashion on. Yes, I'm really not particularly well versed. It's a pity Shelley's not here. So I'm going to keep this pretty liquid as part of the thing, what I'm experimenting with tonight. Yeah, it could be. So I mean, the reason why I think my T-shirt that I'm wearing is from Target. I have what? Okay, here's a fashion pro tip for you. We did buy, well, Shirley bought me some T-shirts from like American Target, like when we're in Napa. Still like a $20 T-shirt or whatever, or a $10 T-shirt, but you don't get that the designs aren't in the Australian market, so it looks a bit different. And the off-label branding is different. So people are like, oh, that's cool, where'd you get that from? I'm like, Target. But in Napa. That's really good. Just makes me think of Lonsdale Street, which is a street in Canberra. What are you having for dinner tonight, Zoidenborgen? How was your Mickey D's? How was your Mickey Dizzles? That's what I'm calling it from now on. Sink your teeth into a juicy Mickey D. I think we might have even been to a Zara. Does it do like makeup and stuff as well? We did spend some time in American makeup stores, and I did pretend to be interested. But it's not a judgment thing, right? Like I buy paints and washes and shades for painting miniatures, and Shelley does the same for painting her face for the same reasons. So it's not a value judgment. Zara is very expensive in Jakarta. What? So, what about if we do a like an IRL stream? We go to Mickey D's. Now we'll do it in the mall. Have dinner. And then go shopping in Kmart. And try not to vomit. I'm happy with that amount of liquidity. I'm gonna add the capers. And just let it sit for a bit. Champion. What's another one? What was hot in the night? Like Fubu, is that still a thing? Kappa. That was definitely a. Like I wasn't Middle Eastern enough to wear Kappa. I'm gonna have to say. I don't think anything is cheap in Europe, Yellow. Except life, if you're on the battlefront between Russia and Ukraine. Potatoes, yeah, there you go. So Zoidenberger is talking about taking the pants off some kid. Oh, that's creepy. Boomshine was involved. Sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Volcano. Good to see you here. Welcome on in. You know that bottom up size pants that can be just fully ripped off. Not in it depends on the context. If you get what I'm saying. Was he wearing his mobile phone around his neck like as a lanyard? This can go away. And then I'm going to get the dough out. Hey, wow, Zoidenberg can post links. I must have given him God powers. Button track pants. Let's have a look at this. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. So it wasn't some some sort of sexual assault that you're describing. Well, it probably would be. But yeah. Nah, Ben Steele. Ben Steely's pants. His name should have been Ben Stolen. Minecraft. I've been trying to set up a iron farm in the village not far from where we've set up shop, and it is so frustrating. I am not a pro Minecraft player, I'll tell you that much for free. Deku, the dragon, can I tell you a dad joke? Yes, you can. We've already had one this evening from Jacob, so go ahead. Boomshines beat me to it. If it's about the number 10, don't bother. When does a dad joke become obvious? When it becomes a bit. There you go. I was going to say when it becomes obvious. When he says it. That's good. If Jacob's not in here, I'm gonna use that next time I hear from him. That's good. All right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go BRB briefly. Mickey gives it a 5 out of 5. Jeez, that's a bloody success. We'll go BRB. I'll clear the decks and I'll set up the pasta machine. In the meantime, you can learn about how the rules and regulations and the approaches you might take if you were a Coca-Cola representative in the 60s. We will return very shortly. Stay tuned for some fresh pasta action.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. Whether you're enjoying a Coke off the job or on, that drink contributes not only to your pleasure, but also to your safety. When you're refreshed and rested, you'll go back to what you were doing more alert and safer. These fellows are pretty satisfied. Yard chores done, they're taking time out for refreshment. A backyard supper. No room for anything but pleasure here. Wherever the road leads, you'll find that wide-awake motorists are safer motorists. Drive refreshed, and you'll drive safely. Safe at first, and we enjoy the game refreshed and relaxed. Here, it's safety first, and refreshment. And in serving refreshment on the job, safety is a major consideration. pretty familiar scene, isn't it? At break time, a few minutes rest and some refreshment will make you a better worker and a safer worker. And when you're through, there's a right place to put the bottle. Back on the job, your eyes are open. You're refreshed and alert, and there's less chance of an accident. Whether you work in a large or small plant, a drafting room, an office, or in a mill, whatever your job, safety must be your constant concern for your own sake. Carelessness is serious in the office and in the plant. Lack of foresight can be costly to anybody from a stenographer to a production machine operator. Nobody intentionally risks his life. You play safe too by not taking unnecessary chances through plain carelessness. When you enjoy the convenience of bottled Coca-Cola on the job, remember a lot of thought went into placing the vending machines in the right spots so they would be convenient, but also out of the way of traffic. Top management was in on it. And so were the shop folks. The foreman knows just what makes the shop run right. When he is in on the placement of the machine, you can be sure he's looking out for your convenience and your safety. You'll find coolers all over the plants, but they weren't put where they are by chance. Safety is a big factor in placing them. Safety is the concern of every Coca-Cola employee who services the machines. And when you enjoy Coke on the job, safety is your concern too. The Coca-Cola salesman's job is keeping a ready supply of refreshment on hand. Coke for you when you want it. At the right temperature for the maximum enjoyment. As another very important duty, the Coca-Cola salesman is careful to see that he doesn't create any hazards. He handles the bottles carefully so that there's no chance of breakage. Coke bottles are designed and tempered to take a lot of punishment, but they can be broken if they're dropped hard enough. When you get a Coke from the machine, be sure the crown goes into the container and not on the floor. This route salesman is careful to keep all his empties and shells out of the way of passing traffic too. All this is part of the good housekeeping job that you and the route salesman can do together to be sure that you continue to enjoy Coca-Cola on the job. Protect your privilege by helping to keep things in order. Let's put them back in the rack, Mac. Keep them out of the way. Please, that is. The convenience of having Coke on the job is for everybody, and so it's everybody's job to protect that convenience for themselves and all the others who enjoy it by putting the bottles back in the rack. Do your part. Put empties in the rack. Safety first. It's just a reminder in case you should forget that the empties belong in the racks and nowhere else. You'll find convenient racks all over the plant. It's keeping everything in its place that counts for a safe place to work. Putting bottles where they belong is just as important as watching your step and observing other safety precautions in the plant. Remember, an accident doesn't have to happen. There's always a cause. The men who work with molten metal, the men who work in the foundries and mills, know the importance of precaution in those areas. Use good safety sense at the Coca-Cola cooler, too. When you've finished your Coke, put the empty in the rack. So whether you're at work or taking a break, whether your job is at the controls, or in the office, or on the production line, in the yards or in the warehouse, no matter what the job, everybody in every circumstance, everywhere must always be alert to safety. As a safeguard for you, safety shoes and gloves are provided on some jobs. And on other jobs, goggles are supplied. Bottle racks provide a safe storage place for bottles. It's the route salesman's job to see that you're always supplied with refreshment. He will do his part, but he'll need help from you. Be safety wise always, and have Coca-Cola on the job.
I think we've all learned a thing or two about safety. It would have been after, I think, Wolfie. Oh. No worries, Zoidenberger. Thanks for stopping by, Burger. Make some damn pasta. Ooh. Oh, I've turned the machine on. Yeah, it's a bloody winner. And I think it's actually Thomas Dvorak's best. Some of his newer stuff doesn't quite have the vibe of this. Whoa. Yeah, I was trying to think of what like classic game soundtracks I don't play very often on stream. This was one of them. Okay. Where's my pasta jiggers? Smash. Yeah, exactly. I was listening to some of the Summer Ross stuff the other day. I'm gonna need flour. So the annoying thing about these pasta rollers is apparently you can't wash them. I'm not convinced, but I haven't done it. How do I normally do it? No. Yeah, the 50s, simpler times. So we're going to go with fettuccine. But first we have to sort of roll things out into a flat form. And so using this thing is kind of like it is kneading the dough. We'll split it in half because it compresses it, and then you do it a couple times per layer, and it stretches out the glutens. That's what we're going to do. And you'll see the texture start to change. So I started quite quick, so I'm going to do it again. And immediately you can see the difference. Yeah, this would be an easy win for me, Wolfie, if I just recorded this. I'm going to do it one more time. And start on the other side. Cool. Level 2. You can move the the clip while the machine is on. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, maybe we can go and visit Boomshrine, and you can see what an actual YouTuber ASMR sound design lab looks like. That's what I call it. So I'm going to keep this thicker than what I normally do. Yeah, maybe we should do that. And then maybe you could, if you just... We'll take some edits and then you can use it for a campfire cooking or some other sort of scene later on. Volcano's still here and he's still participating. I'm just going to give it one more. I just want a bit more flour. to 6. And actually, I'm gonna hum. Yeah, I'm going to stop at this thickness. Normally I go thinner, so this is what we're going to go with. Whoa, it's got it. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Where's the music gone? It's a past disaster. So new bit, dialing it back down to 3. Give it a bit more. I saw what you said, Boomshine, about the closed captions not doing very well. I'm going to have a look around for other options. Something's happening. Chris Hangry. Ooh. Thank you very much for the follow. Well timed, I would say. What's the story? Yeah, it's a gag, and like that's the thing. Like maybe there are other plugins that do better for it. You know, I don't want to turn it off if it gives anyone with a, you know, challenge. You know, who are challenged with hearing. It might be better than nothing. It might be just funny. What's the haps, Chris? Are you a streamer? What do I need to know? Fill me in. We're making some pasta. And we're pretty much ready to chop it up into fettuccine. Level 2, level 3. So we're just laying out the pasta sheets, and then we're going to fettuccine-ize them shortly after this. What's on the menu tonight, Chris? We're doing a little bit of it's not like, I guess, experimentation, but like I'm just practicing with different widths of things this evening. Might even, I'll just slice this bit off. Instant noodles. Look, that is the idea of instant noodles on stream is why I started streaming. One of the reasons. The other one, I was watching V like fry up spam and chop it into a salad, and I thought to myself, what the hell's going on here? And yellow bags is correct. And now we're going to riff on some Nongshim fan favorite recipes, I think. Let's get a little plate. That's right, Deku. Can't be doing it for free. No way. I have a pot of... Oh, do I? Oh, hang on. hang on a second. It might actually still be in my work backpack. Boomshine will remember these, actually. And I've spent a bit of time practicing, like amping them up. You cannot get more savory than Nissan style instant noodles with sesame oil flavor. This is where it happens. And I didn't go, haven't been able to go into the office this week, but there's a winner for you. Oh, Samyang, yep. And then Indomie, yeah. These are the participants in the instant noodle war. And really, we've got some instant noodles happening here. So, fettuccine. Oh, have I waited too long? Oh no, this is not what I wanted. Okay, we've got a bit of a problem. They started to stick. So we're just going to take, we're going to make a mess and just, oh no, oh no. Oh. No. So that's gone. We'll re-roll that. Didn't put enough dry material down. So we got 3 that work. The old hot chicken flavor. Oh. Kimchi, you know, I was actually looking at, and okay, this is the last thing I'm going to be distracted by because I need to make this. But I was looking at this new Heston book that I got, and there is not the pea and ham soup in a sandwich, that would be crazy. There's a kimchi toasty, which I like the idea of. I really do. I really do like that idea, because often, you know, I'll eat a toasty and I'll be like, oh, it's pretty heavy though. And so kimchi, you know, you get the acidic sort of like cultured sour zang in there. I like this idea. Yeah, I've got to say, Chris, so like this, I think it came out a couple of months ago, and I'm not saying one way or the other as far as Heston goes, but the design is fantastic. And having just tried to put together, there you go, hey Wolfie, so there's a ChatGPT cookbook that you can buy, where a lot of the recipes we have cooked and tested live on stream, all generated by the bot, over 40 of them. This, I'm going to say it, this cookbook is better. This cookbook is also like 50 times the price. Thank you, Wolfie. So, quantum gastronomy, you probably saw this term here first. You know, we just got used to the idea of molecular gastronomy, and now he's moving into the idea of quantum gastronomy. Now, is this trying to stay current? I don't know. I actually haven't read a huge amount of it, but kimchi sandwich, actually that bacon buddy, toasty is something that we may very well do. Quantum, yeah, it's kind of hard to quantify what that actually means. But as far as it goes, this is one of the more accessible Heston cookbooks, I'm going to say. Righto, I'm starting. So that's my kimchi story. Let's make some fettuccine story. Looks like fettuccine to me. And then a little bit of a meh. Yeah, I only spotted it the other day. I've had to slow down the pace of my cookbook purchases because I'm just running out of room. I ran out of room a while ago. Fettuccine. And we'll come back and do a bit more. That's right. I am actually, Wolfie. If you ever look around, there is one of the recipes I really want to do, which is not really a recipe, but it's the rupees from Zelda, like Ocarina of Time style, and really you just melt down hard candy, and then you put it into a silicon mold that is shaped like a rupee, like it's like a rectangle diamond on top and the back. That's all the recipe is, but like it's a cool idea. I just never seen one. So yeah, silicon molds. I've got round ones which I'm going to use. So I was quite close this evening to doing the galaxy cupcakes, but I kind of glad I didn't because I'm already over time. Yeah, I like the star-based stuff that she does. I haven't looked, but I'm going to say it exists. This is going to go in half. I can still smell Shelley's perfume. How creepy. Yeah, well, so what's on the short list, Yellow? Yeah, exactly. Taters, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. What would you do, Yellow, if you were forced into it? Because I've got a bunch of themed cookbooks, and I can probably give you an indication as to what's good and what's not. Yeah, potato stew. Maybe some juicy cold fish. Yeah. And the breads. Like, I'll say just right out that the Elder Scrolls cookbook is by far the best themed cookbook that I've used. By quite a bit, actually. And I haven't played. I played Elder Scrolls, but not a sort of Elder Scrolls 3. I'm really not up to speed, but it's a good cookbook. The World of Warcraft books are not bad as well. Okay, in half. There is some wastage happening tonight. What we're going to do is just get some water on, and I'm also going to, from past experience, it's worth like agitating the pasta bits just to make sure that they don't gum up. One more. Not going to fold it over.